So a new report has detailed a high-profile defection from Fox News over treatment from or its treatment of Muslims. Now, this actually happened back in 2017. Now, NPR is reporting that former senior vice president of News Corp, that is the entity that owns Fox News, run by Rupert Murdoch. The man's name is Joseph Azam, and he has revealed the reason that he felt compelled to exit the company in 2017. Now, basically, he said, quote, scaring people, demonizing immigrants, creating like a fervor or an anxiety about what was happening in our country, it fundamentally bothered me on a lot of days, and I think I probably wasn't the only one. Now, well, that's interesting. But you're probably one of the few who seems to have actually acted on that. Again, everybody else, I mean, look at some of the shows that are on there. You've got Sean Hannity, you've got Tucker Carlson, and it's not just them, right? Tucker Carlson doesn't write, produce, and do all the stuff on a show. No, he's got a lot of staffers, probably about 100 people that are producers or extras or whatever, people that write the stuff into the teleprompters. There's a lot of people that work on that show. So, and not only that, but they write the chyrons and they do the sidebars and they produce the segments. There's a lot of people that end up writing this stuff that go in to making something like this.
Your party is not anti-Israel. She is. Think about this. She's not getting this anti-Israel sentiment doctrine from the Democrat Party. So if it's not rooted in the party, where is she getting it from? Think about it. Omar wears a hijab, which according to the Quran 33:59 tells women to cover so they won't get molested. Is her adherence to this Islamic doctrine indicative of her adherence to Sharia law, which in itself is antithetical to the United States Constitution?
So that's just one example. There's a lot more. But that's the segment that proved too much for Fox News. But you have to understand, hosts on the network have done so many segments about creeping Sharia law, and Muslims are coming to kill us, and it's not just Muslims, the immigrants are coming, they're going to take our jobs, they're going to take our welfare, and they're MS-13, they're coming to kill our citizens and replace us. I mean, all this stuff you hear on Fox News, and you hear on right-wing media, and there is constant fear-mongering. This is what they do. And a lot of that stuff was mentioned verbatim by the shooter in New Zealand, who targeted Muslims. In fact, you had a lot of terror attacks that targeted Muslims. In fact, I believe it was all of the terror attacks that happened in 2018 were perpetrated by white right-wingers. Not to say all white right-wingers are terrorists, but seriously, what you have is white supremacy that is leading to violence, and it's egged on by people like Jeanine Pirro and by stations like Fox News. Now, look, this stuff, as I said, it is dangerous, and it's led to other people leaving Fox, not U.S. Fox, but in other countries. A news producer told Axios that she quit Sky News Australia, a cousin company of Fox News, because of its coverage of Muslims following the shooting at Christchurch, New Zealand, the two shootings at Christchurch, New Zealand mosques. So not only that, but New Zealand had pulled Sky News Australia from the air over its coverage of the massacre as well. So, I mean, look, there are people doing things about Fox News in other countries, but here in America, of course, we have the First Amendment. So you can't just have the government yanking stations off the air, and I would be against that. But you do have the management of those companies pulling the plug when segments go too far, like they did with Jeanine Pirro. Now, that, of course, angers some people who feed on that steady diet of hate TV, like the President of the United States. Now, when Pirro went off the air. He tweeted this happened last week, quote, "Bring back Judge Jeanine Pirro. The radical left Democrats working closely with their beloved partner, the fake news media, is using every trick in the book to silence a majority of our country. They have all-out campaigns against Fox News hosts who are doing too well." That's, of course, when people are like, hey, do you realize, and this is where they, of course, do online boycotts and tell people, hey, look, if you're going to advertise on that show, then I'm not going to buy your stuff. Now, ironically, that is capitalism. That is people actually making choices with their wallets. So are you not in favor of capitalism? Just asking. Just asking. But he continues with this. Fox News must stay strong and fight back with vigor. Stop working so hard on being politically correct, which will only bring you down, and continue to fight for our country. The losers all want what you have. Don't give it to them. Be strong and prosper. Be weak and die. What kind of maniacal tweet is that? To be weak and die, or be strong and prosper. Are we still talking about the news station? Are we still talking about Jeanine Pirro? I don't understand. Again, Pirro, the problem with her is that she literally questioned not just Omar's patriotism, right? But whether she was loyal to America because she was a Muslim, just because she was a Muslim, right? Now, the irony here is that Omar was saying, no, I actually don't want to have a dual loyalty. She wasn't accusing Jews of having a dual loyalty. What she was doing is she was saying, I don't want to have a dual loyalty to Israel and the United States. No, I'm loyal to the United States of America. So I'm not going to bow down to the Israeli lobby in AIPAC. And of course, people like Pirro, Fox News, said, oh my God, how dare you? You are anti-Semitic. Give me a break. But see, that's what Fox News does. They lie about immigrants. They lie about Muslims. They used to lie about gay people when it was more acceptable to hate them. And Fox News has basically made a business model out of making the other, right? And telling them and telling their viewers to be afraid of that other. Because they're coming for the things that you have. There's no other way to put it, man. And while it's great that this guy quit and that Pirro was suspended, it in no way clears Fox News of the monster that it created in this country. And that monster is continuing to devour us all. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.